hold up, I am on my way. I'm in motion. Let's go to the ocean. Yeah, let's go outside. We can hang out on the beach without freezing.
Welcome to Crafty Beach. This is Julie. Today I have 12 of my best Valentine's Day DIYs using supplies from the Dollar Tree, and we're going to be doing lots of glam and sparkle with these DIYs. First up, let's DIY some Valentine's Day trees. I'm going to use one of these pencil cups from the Dollar Tree, and then I'm going to use a couple items to try to put this tree together. I'm going to use some glitter vinyl from the Cricut, from Crafter Square at Dollar Tree, and some of these flexible cutting mats from the kitchen section. I was looking for something sturdier than just paper to build these little Valentine's Day trees, and so I thought this would be perfect. So I'm just going to kind of roll it into a spiral cone shape, making it kind of narrow there at the end, but leaving the end large enough that the little pencil cup is going to fit in there upside down. I wanted to use the pencil cup for the form, but also for the weight to make the tree a little bit more substantial and not tippy. So I'm going to use a little dot of hot glue here on the corner of that cutting mat and gluing that in place to keep it in that shape. And that looks pretty good. It's a pretty decent sized Valentine's Day tree. I got this idea from, I think Marshall's. I saw some really beautiful blinged out Valentine's Day trees, and I thought, I bet I can make that with supplies from the Dollar Tree. So I glue the bottom, and then it's kind of hard to cut. Make sure you get some sharp scissors. I am going to cut the excess vinyl off the bottom, and so that I can fit my little cup inside. It's still a little uneven, so I'm just going to trim it up a little bit and make it look smooth. I want like cone-shaped Valentine's Day trees, and I think that looks just about right. So I just need to find a way to attach the little pencil cup to our little plastic tree. So I just do a bead of hot glue all around the edges of the bottom, and then I'm just going to sit the cutting mat tree on top. Now, my first original plan was to cover this tree with that vinyl glitter paper. The only problem that I foresaw with that was that it's really thin. I've worked with that before, and it's going to pick up all the folds that kind of are going all over that tree from the cutting mat being kind of in a spiral fashion. So I need to find something that's going to kind of block all the wrinkles, and so I decided to use some poster board, also from the Dollar Tree. You get 4 in a pack. I like working with this size because you don't have to cut it down, the large sheets. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of wrap it around just like I did before with the cutting mat, with the vinyl paper, to see how much of the vinyl paper I need, and then just kind of cutting out enough that's going to cover the entire tree. Now, I do change my strategy when I do like next trees. I get a little bit more efficient with this, but I'm just going to peel and stick that to the paper poster board and just make sure that it is nice and smooth. I like working with this Cricut paper from the Dollar Tree, but only for crafts. I hate using it on my Cricut. Then I'm just going to trim off the excess poster board. And this is going to provide a little bit more stability to the tree as well, but it's going to give me a nice smooth surface for my tree. So I'm going to kind of wind it around just like I did before, kind of tucking the corner in and rolling it around. So to do that, I'm going to start with just this little corner up here at the top, and I'm just going to attach that with a little bit of hot glue and make sure that dries. And then I can roll up the vinyl and the poster board to cover the tree. I had no idea how I was going to put these together, so this was definitely a learning experience, but I think they turned out beautiful. I hope you do too. So I do a bead of hot glue all along the outside there of the tree, which is going to be the seam, which I'll just make that the back of my tree. And then I'm just going to cut off the excess. And we have a little pink glitter tree. I think that's a lot easier than trying to cover something in glitter. And I'm getting like all of that sparkle and sheen, just trimming it down to make sure the bottom of it is nice and even. Now comes the fun part. It's time to add bling to our Christmas tree. I picked up a ton of pink bling. A lot of you guys saw this stuff on my shopping haul. And it's time to decorate. So I thought this little like flower like bead would be like a great garland to go down the tree. And so I chose like the light pink one. It's got like a little pearl in there. It kind of looks like a flower. Now, note to self, I'm just putting these on with the adhesive that's on there. But the next day, they were definitely coming off. So I had to go back and hot glue this on. So know that these are not super sticky, especially on that glitter paper. If you're going to recreate, definitely put down a thin bleed of hot glue or some other kind of glue to make sure they stay on there, at least at the beginning and the end of each row, because trust me, they will fall off. So I just go around in a spiral fashion all the way down and just kind of make it work. Now I'm checking out the rest of my bling, seeing what else will look really pretty. And I got this jewel border. It's a lot shorter. It's a soft pink color again, but like it's a lot more intricate, super pretty. And I'm gonna try that as well as a garland. And this is the same thing, and this is not gonna stick well. I did have to go back and hot glue at least the beginning and the end of each one of those pieces on there to make sure it stays put, because it will come loose over time. But I was trying to do the easiest option first for you guys. Some of their stickers are really sticky and some are not. So it is shorter, so I did have to open some more to have enough to finish it off. And then for some more bling, I decided to use some of these light pink gemstone stickers from the Dollar Tree. They're little hearts and they're so cute. Now these are individually glued. These are a little stickier. I don't think I've had any of these pop off, but you know, you might want to glue them on. They are a little gooier, but you have to be really careful when you're peeling them off the sheet, that you take the glue with you. You don't leave it on the plastic. I filled like so much of this tree up with garland. I just have like little pink glitter paths in between the garland, and I'm just working 2 at a time just to make it a little bit faster and just filling in all of the holes kind of in a random fashion, but making sure like all of my hearts still stay upright. And this tree is getting the bling treatment. I love this idea of Valentine's Day trees. I think they're really fun, especially since Valentine's Day is still in winter. And I was trying to decide at this point whether I wanted to add a tree topper or not, or just leave it a cone shape. And I decided a tree topper would be really cute on there as well. So that's what it looks like so far. And then I am going to use some of these little pink glitter hearts. They're foam hearts, I guess. It's a perfect size for a little lightweight tree topper there. And I'm just going to attach that to the top of our little Valentine's Day tree with a little hot glue. And our first little Valentine's Day tree is complete. I think these turned out so cute. I make a total of 3 of these today. And this is Valentine's Day tree number 1. I'm glad that I bought all this bling now because it has definitely come in handy. Just making sure that my glue is dry there on my heart. And I think it looks really pretty. Lots of bling. These DIYs today are going to be very fun, very glam for Valentine's Day. And so here is our first little Valentine's Day tree. Isn't it all that glamorous? I just love it. I think it's so much fun. Okay, guys, are you ready for another one? We are going to make another one with another pencil cup and another cutting mat, but we're going to do this one a little differently. We're going to go different colors, different items. So I'm going to roll it up the same way that I did before. Actually, I think I may have rolled it like the opposite way. No, this looks the same. And then I am just gluing the tip down. It looked different there for a moment. And making sure that I get the width just right so the pencil cup will fit in there perfectly. And now I'm just going to put the pencil cup in there so I know exactly how much of the plastic to trim off for this tree. Okay, so I'm going to attach it the same way. I'm going to go around with just a bead of hot glue around the edges and stick our tree on there. The only challenging part was getting like the tip of the cone tight, but since I'm using a tree topper on them, it leaves a perfect little hole for that. Now this is some more of that glitter vinyl from the Dollar Tree, but this one is like a very soft pink. It's almost like a rose gold color. It's super pretty. So I'm going to use that and another piece of this poster board. And you know, that comes in white or black. It's not really going to matter what color you use because you're not going to be able to see it. So this time I decided to just peel off the paper or peel off the glitter paper and stick it to the vinyl first, trying to make this a little bit easier. And then kind of seeing if I glue that to it exactly like kind of where I left off with that piece to get the right angle, then I can just wrap it around and just save a few steps. So I see how much I need to cover the entire tree and then trim off the excess, do a bead of hot glue, and then roll it around. See, I'm getting good at this, guys. And then I can trim off the rest of the poster board and the vinyl. Just trimming it up and making it look good. And this is where we're at so far. Super pretty color. I'm really digging that. Now it's the fun part. We get to add more bling. So I'm going to use this, the flower sticker again, and use that as garland. This tree though, I'm not going to have as much garland. I'm probably going to have more ornaments on this one just to kind of mix it up. But I am going to do it like in the same direction, just wrapping that around. And reminder, don't forget to glue the ends of this because I did have to go back and hot glue the ends of both those pieces. So just a simple like 2 times around. And then I was trying to find things that I could bling it out with. And I got a bunch of packages of these stickers. They're like gemstones. And I thought they'd be perfect for Valentine's Day because they're all different colors of pink and red. And so I'm going to kind of use like, there's all different sizes on there. I'm going to use like the medium ones. And there's like 2 different colors of pink. And I'm just going to just start adding those just everywhere. And I've had a few of these pop off, so if you are worried about that, you might want to glue them on, but otherwise they've stayed on pretty good. And I'm just kind of trying to be random with the different shades of pink and trying to get pretty good coverage all over. Lots of little ornaments on this Valentine's Day tree. I kept looking for holes, I kept finding holes, and I kept adding more gemstones. Now this has a really tiny gemstone on there. I didn't really use any of those. I just kind of stayed with all of like the medium size. And we'll use those large ones for another project today. Do you think it has enough bling yet? I think we're getting close. And that's how it looks so far. So I thought I would use another one of those little pink glitter hearts. These also come in red. That would be cute as well, but I was trying to stick with a pink theme on these little trees. Just going to open up the top of that, kind of closed up on me a little bit, and attach my little heart tree topper with hot glue. And these are pretty easy. I mean, the only time-consuming part is probably decorating them, but that's also kind of the fun part, so take your time and enjoy with the decorating part. And this is how our second little Valentine's Day tree turned out. I love the soft pink colors. I think it's so pretty for Valentine's Day. Now, I did not want all of my Valentine's trees to be the same height, but I'm using the same materials. I'm using a pencil cup and the cutting mat. And let me show you how you can make one like a little bit taller. so that you have a little bit of variety when you pair them all together. So I'm going to start like kind of the same way, just by rolling the cutting mat into a cone shape. But I was trying to do like maybe a narrower cone than I did before, trying to get it as tight as I can. Sometimes if you put your hand inside and roll it, you can get it tighter. And then I'm going to kind of sit it on top of my pencil cup like that. That way I'll get more height. So I glued the tip down just like I did before, but we just have a narrower tree. And then I'm going to go ahead and trim around to give me a flat bottom on the tree. And then I can attach that to the pencil cup. And since I don't have like kind of the edges like I did before, I'm just going to do a bead of hot glue along the inside of the tree and glue that to the mesh on the metal pencil cup. And you can use cups for the bottom. You could kind of use whatever you've got, as long as it's got kind of that sloping fashion on the side. Now, I decided to switch it up and use some of this. This is also Cricut vinyl from the Dollar Tree, but it's like a silver holographic. Not glitter, but I thought it might be fun. So let's try a holographic Valentine's Day tree. So again, I'm using a piece of that poster board from the Dollar Tree and cutting a piece of vinyl down to size. And I kind of like the idea of peeling and sticking it to the poster board first. Just makes it easier and saves a step. Now, I was trying to get this all smoothed out. There are a few bumps on there, but I'm not too worried because I'll just put ornaments there. We'll put some bling there. And kind of cutting off the excess. Now, I was worried how I was going to cover this with this to make sure that I have enough to cover the entire tree, but I'll show you how I did that. To start off, I just went straight up and down to glue it on and tried to roll it, trying to use every little inch of poster board and vinyl that I could find, cutting off a straight line and rolling that to glue it to itself. Now you'll see I came really close to covering the whole thing, but there is like a little triangular area there that didn't get covered, but that's okay. We will just go ahead and patch it. We have some excess material, and also, you know, I had a little hot glue bleed out on that, so I decided to make a little patch. I'm just going to make a really long triangle. That way it'll cover that bare spot on the bottom of the tree, and also like the hot glue that I mostly just used too much. And this will be the back of the Valentine's Day tree anyway, so it won't matter that there's seams back there. So now it's the fun part again. We're going to try to decorate this thing. And this was kind of a surprise. This was called glitter ribbon. I got this at the Valentine section at the Dollar Tree, but I was not expecting it to be adhesive. I opened it up and it had like a peel off back. I was like, okay, yeah, we'll go with this. I guess it's used for scrapbooking. I thought it was just ribbon. I was kind of confused, but I'm like, okay. So I'm going to peel and stick. Now, this stuck pretty good. The only challenge I really had was trying to get it flat as I went around like those kind of crazy angles. So I kind of take my time and try to smooth it out as I go. And this stayed connected pretty well, but I would probably recommend hot gluing the beginning and the end of this as well. It's going to help it stay on better. And just working my way around to the bottom and cutting that off. And I like that so much I went back and bought more because that's cool. I like the adhesive ribbon. And so now it's time to decorate. I decided to use this pink flower again because I have a lot of it, and it's going to kind of make my trees look consistent, but now I have learned my lesson that they are not going to stay stuck. So this is me hot gluing it on. To make sure it stays on, at least the beginning and the end. You have to be really careful if you're using extremely hot glue like I was. It does kind of melt the adhesive and stuff like that, so you don't want to handle it too much. But you could always use other types of glue as well, or maybe more of a low temp gun. And I glue that end on too. And now I thought we could use some of these little glitter hearts. I love these from the Dollar Tree. They're like foam hearts. And there's like a really pretty soft pink color, kind of in a smaller size. And I thought that'd be a great ornament. Now, these are really sticky. You definitely won't have any problems with these sticking. And I am just going to use those little pink hearts as ornaments all around my tree. Just kind of random fashion, kind of filling it up. And those are super cute. I love these. I use these a lot for winter, the little snowflake ones, but I love the heart ones too. They have them in a variety of colors like this, or you can get them all in red. Just loving them. Then I thought, you know, it probably needs more bling. So I decided to use some of these little pink gemstone hearts on this one as well. I like using some of the same elements on my trees. It helps tie them in together. Since this one is not like a pink glitter, it does give you a total kind of different feel. I really like it though, it's really pretty. And I'm just going to kind of randomly put those in the places that doesn't have any ornaments or decorations yet, just to fill it out a little bit. Yeah, it needs one more. Okay, that looks good. And then I'm going to add another one of those little pink glitter hearts as a tree topper. And actually, I go back on this tree and add a little bit more bling because, hey, you can't have too much bling for Valentine's Day, especially if you're going for a glam look. But that's how it looks with our little tree topper on there. And I decided I liked that pink glitter ribbon, but I thought it needed like a little more texture or, you know, something to stick out a little bit. So I decided to use some of these little stickers from the Dollar Tree, these little bead stickers that come in a row. And I found this really pretty soft pink color. And I thought that'd be a nice contrast on that like more medium pink color. And so I am just gluing these around. Now, normally I don't have any problems with these sticking because they're really sticky, but since I was putting that on the glitter ribbon, I did have to go back and glue the beginning and the end of those as well because they didn't want to stay. But now they're on there for good, and this is how our third and final little Valentine's Day tree turned out. I think it's really pretty. I'm digging that holographic. Super shiny, and it picks up all different colors around it. Kind of looks like a rainbow. Okay, I wanted to make a few items for my kitchen for Valentine's Day, and I found this great glitter XOXO bag at the Dollar Tree, and I thought it was the perfect size to cover one of these little Dollar Tree cutting boards. That way I can kind of stand it in my kitchen, have a little decorative cutting board for Valentine's Day, and see how it fits perfectly underneath the holes for the handle of the bag. So it'll be a full piece. And then I'm just using a Sharpie and tracing out the shape of the cutting board. I wanted to include the XOXO on the side. I don't care if I cut off part of the hearts. And the glitter is only on the front of this bag, and so I'm going to then try to cut off the front of this bag. It's just going to give me a really kind of thicker cardboard piece that's going to be great for crafting with. I love decorating with Dollar Tree gift bags. I think they're so pretty. And this one definitely had the bling. Now the cutting board did have kind of a rounded edge, so I am cutting that too. Just cutting that down to size. So this is definitely going to be just a decorative piece for my kitchen, but I love the amount of bling it brought, and it looks so cute for Valentine's Day. And it only cost $2.50 to make. So I'm going to go ahead and line that up on the back because I also want to cut out like the handle of the cutting board so you can tell that it's a cutting board. And I just draw that out with a Sharpie and then carefully kind of fold it to get my scissors in there to cut around. This part was a little bit tricky, trying to cut it exactly to size. But just take your time and make it work. I also used a gift bag to cover a smaller cutting board for my coffee bar. A very fun idea and super easy. Now, I was trying to decide how I wanted to glue that down. I thought that Mod Podge might be the ticket since it is kind of a paper product. The cutting board, though, is made out of plastic, so I wasn't sure how this was going to work, but I went ahead and put down probably a pretty heavy coat of hot glue all over, or not hot glue, Mod Podge all over, and then I'm going to lay the paper bag on top. Now, this worked pretty well for like 90% of the bag, but for some reason, once I smooth this out, I just keep smoothing it, trying to make sure I don't have any bubbles. And the only parts that did not want to stay down at all were the two sides. They just, every time I put them down, they kind of like just pop back up. And I don't know if it was just because the paper was so wet or what, but I was trying to get it to stay down. The top and the bottom and the body of it, like it stayed down really well. Trying to scrape it, which was kind of hard because of the glitter on there, but I kind of give up on the sides and decide to go in and just hot glue it. I didn't really want to do that because you can kind of see a little ridge there, but I kind of needed to do it because it was not going to stay down just on the edges. Maybe a different type of glue would have worked better. And there it is. You can't get much easier than that. Our little XOXO bling cutting board for Valentine's Day. This is going to look great in my kitchen. I decided to make a few of these pieces for my kitchen today to bring a little bling in for Valentine's Day. And a cutting board is the perfect thing to start with. And this is how it turned out. I love the glitter on the bag. I think it's so pretty. And I love that it says XOXO. Super cute. Okay, guys, I am obsessed with these jars from the Dollar Tree. They are great for $1.25. They're nice and big. They're sturdy. They have a great lid. I am going to DIY a little candy dish for Valentine's Day for my kitchen as well, to kind of go with that cutting board that we just made. So just removing the tag from the bottom. I want to bling this, but I don't want to bling the lid because I want to be able to open the lid and close the lid without knocking any bling off. So I thought, how can I bling it? And the first step I decided was to use some of this gold metallic acrylic paint. I get this at Dollar General, and I am just going to paint the silver lid gold just to kind of go with my vibe. That cutting board had gold, and I think I've used a lot of gold for Valentine's Day this year, so I thought that'd be really pretty. So I just did a thin coat on the top and the sides. I did have to go back and do a second coat to make sure that I cover up all of the silver and I get that good sheen. I love this metallic paint. It's so shiny and fun. You could also do this with spray paint, but it's probably going to be more expensive. And just finishing that up, I think I got pretty good coverage on that. And then I wanted to decorate it some more, but again, I don't want to use like anything that's going to interfere with the function of it. So I thought this adhesive glitter ribbon that we just used would be perfect for around the edges. It's going to add some color, some bling, but it's not going to interfere with being able to undo the candy dish and re-screw the jar lid back on. So I'm just going to peel and stick this around. And this actually has stayed on pretty good. And I love the pink and the gold. It's already starting to look a little bit bling. Then I thought I would use one of these little red glitter wood hearts for the lid. So I just peel off the little sticky sticker on there and glue that to the lid because I kind of want it to be flat and tight on the lid. Because again, I just want functionality for the lid. I can definitely bling out the jar. So that's the lid. And now let's bling out the jar. So these are the kind of like the pink ones that we've already been using, right? But these are the gold ones. And I know that's not going to stick on the glass. So I definitely hot glued the beginning and the end of each one because now I've learned my lesson. And I'm going to use a couple pieces to go all the way around our jar. I want this to be a candy jar for Hershey Kisses. I think like the holiday kisses are great for Valentine's Day, and the kiss theme definitely goes with Valentine's Day. So that's what I plan to put in there. So I'm going to leave the jar clear. I want those red kisses to show through the glass jar, but I just wanted to add some bling. Now, this is one of those glass stickers from the Dollar Tree, the Crafter Square. It had a big like love heart on there that I used for a previous DIY, but this time we're just going to use the little glass sticker for Kiss, and we're actually using it on glass this time, and it fits on there perfectly. And it goes with the Hershey Kisses theme. A cute little label. Then I was thinking, does it have enough bling? And then I'm like, no, it needs more. So I'm going to use some of this kind of iridescent pink heart ribbon from the Dollar Tree, the Valentine's Day section. And I'm just going to attach it with hot glue. I do a dot at the beginning, a dot of glue about halfway through, and then a dot of glue here at the end to make sure it stays on. And I think that's a decent amount of bling on our little candy dish. It's looking super glam for Valentine's Day. And now it's just time for kisses. I picked these up at the Dollar Tree. I got 4 bags. You don't get very many in a bag. Not sure if it's cheaper to get them at the Dollar Tree or somewhere else. But they have the red wrapper, which is what I was looking for. And so I'm just going to fill this up. I probably could have fit a few more bags in here if I wanted, but that's probably going to be good. And I just love these jars. They are great for storage. I also made a snow globe with this, with one of my winter DIYs. But here's our little Hershey Kiss, like totally glam blinged out little candy dish for Valentine's Day. I really love all the colors and the bling. Okay guys, we're about halfway through today's videos, but I wanted to take a moment to tell you about our private Facebook group. I always have a link below, as well as my Instagram, TikTok, and Pinterest. I'm there at Crafty Beach on YouTube, and I would love to see you over there. I also have a Facebook page that I'm pretty active on. And let's keep crafting. I wanted to do a little candle for my kitchen as well. I couldn't really find a candle holder that I liked or that I had that would work. And so I'm just going to use one of these little chunky circle wood blocks from the Dollar Tree. And we're just going to make a little candle base. I'm going to use a battery operated candle from the Dollar Tree. So it doesn't really matter what it's made out of, but I'm going to want to bling this out a little bit. The cut was a little rough, so I do sand it down and then just fill the little hole for the hanger with a little bit of spackle. And then we can decorate this. I was thinking I found that great glitter that you see there from the Dollar Tree that we could make a really fun looking glitter candle for Valentine's Day. You know I don't work with glitter hardly ever, so I was a little scared, but it worked out well. So just sanding off my excess spackle, and then I wanted this to look bling, but I also kind of wanted it to coordinate with that candy dish, so I'm using some of this gold acrylic again that I got at Dollar General, and we are going to paint that little wood block gold. Now, since this is raw wood, it's going to paint really well. Just one coat is all it's going to need. Just trying to work in the same direction on the top so that it'll look kind of nice. Don't really want to go swirly or anything like that. But I just wanted some bling for that. I thought that'd be really cute for the base. Now, I wanted to bling out the edges, and so I'm going to use those little gold like flower stickers from the Dollar Tree. But I'm gluing the beginning and the end. I'm trained at this point. Definitely glue the beginning and the ends and keep it tight so that whatever it's sticking to, it's going to stay stuck to. And I'm just going to feed those all the way around. That coordinates really nicely with the gold paint that we used on the candle holder. And it goes nicely with the candy dish that we just made. And just gluing down the end of that. And then I thought maybe it might need a little bit more bling. So I'm just kind of seeing how much room I have around the edges with the candle on there. And I have a little bit of room. So I'm going to use some of these light pink gemstone stickers and bling out the top of this candle holder as well. I kind of like alternate directions, trying to help with my spacing. It doesn't help. I still end up misspacing. Sometimes it's like really hard to get this to start and stop exactly where you want. But basically, I'm just going to do a row of those little pink hearts all the way around it. You could kind of space them out a little bit if you wanted. I thought I had pretty good spacing, but then I got to this part and some areas were kind of tighter and some places not, but we're going to make it work. This is me rearranging, patching, trying to get an even amount of little hearts on there, and that looks pretty good. Now, the candle that we use is red. I thought red would be good. You're not going to be able to see the outside very much because I want to make a glitter candle, but you will be able to see the red on the top of the candle, so that'll add a little bit of color to that. And this is the glitter that I found. These are the bags from the Crafter Square at Dollar Tree, but I think they also have like these like in little vials as well. I've seen there before. And so I'm just going to put out a paper plate and use one bag of that light pink glitter. Now, this was barely enough to cover the candle. So I really kind of had to work with it to make it look good. But I'm just going to take off the wrapper on these candles. These little candles from the Dollar Tree, they kind of feel kind of rubbery on the outside. They kind of feel like a candle. And just taking the little tag off the battery, making sure it works. Thank goodness. And then to attach the glitter to the sides of the candle, I'm just going to use Mod Podge. You could use school glue. Any of that kind of stuff's going to work. Just something to glue the glitter on. Something that you can kind of get on there in a thin coat. So I just go all around the edges. One thing I like about the battery operated candle is that it does have that like wavy edge. I think that makes it look a little bit less like a battery operated candle and kind of cute. So just going all over, and we're going to just start rolling this candle in the glitter. I got to this part and I was like, oh my goodness, I am totally not going to have enough. And I have like some little bold spots on the red candle. But I just kept kind of rolling the candle exactly where I saw some glitter if I saw like a bald spot. And it just kept going back and forth until I use every drop of that glitter, which is good. Less glitter on my workstation. And it was a close call here at the end. I thought I was going to have a few bald spots, but I ended up with actually really good coverage, but I definitely had to work for it there at the end. Isn't that pretty? I'm loving the glitter candle. Now, I wanted to decorate it with a little touch of Valentine's Day. I don't really have any hearts except for the little heart gemstones around there. So I'm actually going to decorate the front of that candle with one of these little glitter stickers from the Dollar Tree. The foam one. Since I did the pink glitter on the candle, I thought the red glitter heart would look really cute on there. And these are pretty sticky. It didn't have any problems sticking to the glitter. And I'm just going to stick that on the front of our candle. And that's all there is to this DIY. It was super easy to put this little candle together, and it's going to look great in my kitchen for Valentine's Day. Just making sure that I got that heart super stuck down to the glitter. I was a little worried that it was going to fall off, but it actually stayed really good. And this is how it turned out, our little glitter Valentine's Day candle. Little blinged out glam Valentine's Day base. Okay, check out this cute sign that I found at the Dollar Tree. Nice big sign. It says Be Mine in red glitter, and then it has like white glitter hearts all over, and it's that soft pink color that we've been working with a lot today. So I thought we could make a standing decor with this. I wanted to bling out the edges, and so I'm going to use some of this like iridescent red heart ribbon from the Dollar Tree and just go all the way around. I wanted to show you how pretty and sparkly that sign is. And that's also going to cover up the little hole there in the top as well. And then I plan on using one of these little signs from the Dollar Tree as a base to make it stand up. I've never done that with a sign this big. I did have a little trouble, but I'll show you how I fix that. So I'm going to switch to my like fine tip hot glue gun because I don't want like lots of hot glue coming out because there's like little spaces in between the hearts. And I'm not going to need very much. The only thing I don't like about that hot glue is that I don't think it gets as hot, so I kind of have to work like really quickly, so I kind of have to do smaller sections. Otherwise, that hot glue is definitely going to set up on me. And we're just going to bling this out all the way around the edges. I think this is just going to provide a fun little border and frame detail to the heart sign. I always like to add to these Dollar Tree signs to make them feel like, you know, more substantial, a little bit thicker. And then I'm going to do the same thing here on the other side, just working all the way around. And I picked this ribbon because it is going to go great around these curves. It bends well. And that looks super cute. Now, I love all the glitter on there. I think that's going to be perfect for today. And then I thought I'd add a little bit more glitter with this light pink ribbon from the Dollar Tree. Now, this really is glitter ribbon. There is no like sticky backing on there. It's kind of confusing because they're both called glitter ribbon. And so I'm just going to cut a long piece of that out. And we're just going to tie just a very simple, cute little bow here on the front, trying to make sure all of the glitter is visible. And I'm just going to attach it to the top. I thought that would be kind of sweet. Sweet little detail to add to the sign. So we're just going to go ahead and trim off our tails. And this is ready to attach to this. Usually I like to redo Dollar Tree signs completely, but this sign was really cute. They're doing really good with their signs this year. Sometimes they don't even use glitter, which always pleases me. But we're going for glam today, so the more glitter, the better. Now, this is the base we're going to use. The white pole on there is like kind of perfect, but I didn't really want to go with the wood base. I thought that wasn't really going to go with any of the bling decor that we got going on today. So I'm just going to use a little painter's tape to make sure we don't get any paint on the wire. And then I'm just using acrylic paint in a bright red color. I think this is called Candy Apple. And we're just going to go over that wood sign and make a red base. And I love working with these. I always pick these little signs up from the Dollar Tree whenever I see them because they are a great way to make standing decor with items from the Dollar Tree. They're pretty strong too. It's kind of hard to get that little metal circle off though. So if you're trying to get that off, I've gotten it off before, but usually it ends up in mutilation. Now to bling out the edges of the base, I'm going to use some of those little red dot stickers from the Dollar Tree. Hot gluing the beginning and end. And we're going to just feed those all the way around the base. Just to add a little bit of bling to the base, not too much. And I'm going to go around all the edges just in case that you can see it from the back as well. And I've trained myself to glue those things down now. And now it is ready to attach it to our little Be Mine sign. I like to use these because I just can use the little metal circle on there, cover it with hot glue, and then glue that to whatever I'm doing. Now, I've never glued it to something as big as this sign, so I did have a little trouble here. So I put a lot of hot glue on there, glue it to it, try not to burn myself. That metal definitely gets hot, and then glue that to it. Now, the problem that I had was that sign was big. It was kind of heavy, and so when I stood it up, it kind of wanted to tip over, like towards the front. I just kind of needed it to lean back a little bit. So to fix that, what I did is I just did a little bead of hot glue all along the front edge and then let that set up. It made a little ridge that you can't see, but look, now it stands up just fine. So crisis averted. And there is our little Be Mine sign for Valentine's Day. I love taking a hanging sign and making it shelf decor. It's a great way to fill like a lot of space with decorating. Okay, you ready for another DIY? I wanted to do something with beads and glitter. I thought a hanging sign like a heart with beads and glitter would be really cute. So I'm going to use one of these little wood heart signs from the Dollar Tree, and we are going to cover it in some of that glitter vinyl from the Dollar Tree in that beautiful hot pink color. So I'm just going to kind of line it up here on the back. so that I can draw and then cut this vinyl down to size. And it's just going to be like a giant sticker to stick on our sign. Such an easy way to get some bling. Now, I normally don't like how thin these signs are, and I usually try to double them up or something, but I'm going to build out from this and bling it out, so it's going to make it look better, I think. So just cutting this out, it was a little tricky because it wanted to like kind of roll up on me, but just trying to lay it down and doing the best I can to stay on the line to give myself a perfect cut. If you do go a little big, it's better than going a little short because you can always use some sandpaper to sand off the edges. So I'm going to peel and stick. I find it easier to line up if I actually lay it down flat like that and then lay the sign on top of it for some reason. Especially because I'm trying to keep my big head out of the shot there. But I'm just going to lay that down and then smooth that out. And it turned out really cute. And then I got those little glass beads from the Dollar Tree, and I wanted to do something with that on here to kind of make it look really cool. So I'm just sanding all around the edges, making sure that I got a perfect cut, and that cuts off the vinyl at a perfect shape. And then I'm going to use one of these little Cricut weeders from the Dollar Tree to try to find where the holes are, because I do want this to be a hanging sign, so I do want to kind of reestablish the holes here. Just kind of trying to feel where they are and poking those back through. I'm not going to reattach the twine though. We'll do something a little bit more glam, I think, to hang that. Now, this is one of the little love words from the Dollar Tree. The little wood cutouts are so cute. And I was thinking if there was any way I could cover that with glass beads. It was a little tricky, but I think that I pulled it off. I was worried, though, that you were going to be able to see between the beads and that it was going to be like that raw wood color. So the first thing I decided to do is just paint the love word pink. That way the background will be pink as well. And I'm going to use those light pink beads that are kind of the same color as this to try to glue those onto it. So just using a makeup sponge, doing one coat of pink paint really easily over the word, and then drying that. And then I wanted to be careful that I only cut out like the parts here that I needed so that the rest of these glass beads would kind of stay intact. So I'm actually just going to cut the package like right around the beads that I want. Way easier. And I did use both of these. I may have needed a little bit more, but I had another package, but I didn't really want to open it, so we're going to make it work. Now, putting the glue on it, I was afraid I didn't want glue to go around the edges and stick on there, so I'm just kind of drawing out the love word in glue, but I'm not really spreading it out, if you know what I mean. I'm just kind of leaving it on there like that, and then I'm just going to start sprinkling it with glass beads. I started doing this and I was like, I think I'm getting like more on my cutting mat than I'm getting on the letters, but I was persistent. So I also turned it upside down and tried to kind of sit it on there and pick up the glass beads as well, which kind of worked. It did kind of smear them a little bit, so I'm just going to kind of shape it back up a little bit with that Cricut weeder to make sure that I don't have beads stuck to the side. I really only want the beads stuck to the front of the letters. So once I got to that point, I thought that there was still like some blank spaces, and I still had beads laying around, obviously. And so I'm just using my fine tip hot glue gun, putting hot glue like on any bare places, and then trying to patch that in. That hot glue is not very hot, so I'm not going to burn myself. But this was a little tedious, trying to fill in the holes. But I think it made it look better at the end, because it definitely looks bling and beautiful. And it's going to look great on this little hot pink glitter heart sign, I think. So I'm just going to kind of put it there in the middle. I'm just going to attach it with hot glue. And try to center that the best that I can. I think it probably glued through the vinyl a little bit to attach to the sign because it seemed pretty sturdy. And now we need to bling it. So I'm going through what bling I have left. I had a bunch of these pink and purple and clear like gemstone stickers. And I had some like really big ones. And so I thought I would use the pink ones and go all the way around the edges. My camera died on me there for a little bit, but I'm just using my detail hot glue gun and gluing those all the way around. I started on this thinking, you know, I have so many of these. And then I started getting to like this point and I was like, you know, I hope I have as many of these as I think I do, because how am I going to make it all the way around this heart? I really wanted it to be consistent, and I really like this nice chunky glass gem for the edges, but I'm going to keep going, thinking that I probably have more, and I did have more left over from that DIY earlier. And so I'm going to keep building, but that is the last package. Now, I did have another package of like the multicolored, which had some on there as well. So I was thinking maybe we can still make it. You'll see, I end up being too short, but we were going to make it work. So I keep building by stealing them off of this one. I get to the end, I realize I'm too short. And they have like a purple color, which is pretty close, but I don't really want them to be just on one side. That would look weird. And so I'm going to peel off the one at the end and make that purple, and the one at the top and make that one purple. That way it kind of makes sense. It's kind of hard to even tell in this lighting that they're different colors, but they're kind of different colors. And then I wanted to add a more bling. So I got these little heart gemstones from the Crafter Square at Dollar Tree. They're not stickers. They're really nice size though. And they're kind of like what the round ones that we use, but they're heart shaped. And so I'm picking out some like clear ones and some like pink ones. I thought those would look nice on the sign. And kind of like a random pattern like that. And then I was also thinking, you know, the glitter foam stickers would probably look really cute on there as well. Bringing out all the bling for these Glam Valentine's Day DIYs. And this sign was really fun. When you're decorating something like this, you can just go hog wild and just keep blinging it out. And so I used like the little light pink foam glitter hearts first, just kind of randomly around. And then I'm also going to use those gemstone hearts as well, kind of alternating the colors and attaching those with hot glue. No sticky on those at all. And just kind of filling up any of the spaces on here. We're going for maximum bling here. So we've got lots of light pink and hot pink so far on this sign. Then I thought maybe I need a little bit of red in there too. So I have some of the little red foam stickers that are shaped like hearts with little heart cutouts. And I'm actually going to layer those on top of the light pink ones to make it a little bit thicker, add even more color, more bling. And I'm going to do that on all of them. And how much bling have I added to this little love? I love it. I love the little beaded heart too. And then I'm going to use some of this soft pink. It's called Garland. It came from the Valentine's section at the Dollar Tree. It was on a ribbon roll, like ribbon, but it's actually kind of this like beaded garland. So I'm trying to decide how I can attach that. And some of the beads are small enough to go through the hole. And so I do feed that through, and then I'm just going to attach it with some hot glue on the back. It kind of stops before you get to the bigger beads. And I'm just going to cut off a piece that'd be great for the hanger and feed that through from the front as well and glue that to the back. And gave me a really fun, glamorous hanger for our little blinged out heart for Valentine's Day. And I'm thinking, does it have enough bling? And yes, I think it does have enough bling. Look how shiny this is and fun. I love it. And this is how it turned out. Our little bling love. You can see that beautiful glass beads on the love word. Super cute. Okay, I wanted to do like a little fun flower arrangement. So I'm going to use one of these candle holders from the Dollar Tree. They have some great candle holders right now. They're so pretty. This is a pink one. It has like a little metal ribbon around it. It's got great texture. I think it looks really pretty. I did want it to kind of coordinate with the other DIYs we did today though. So I'm using some of that gold acrylic paint to go over the silver metal just to kind of make it coordinate. The silver is pretty too though. And I'm just kind of using a small brush, trying to be careful to kind of keep it off the glass and kind of just get the metal. I thought taping it at all those angles probably not going to be possible. And then it did take 2 coats to cover that metal again, kind of like the lid on our little candy dish. I don't want any of that silver shining through. I just want it to be that beautiful. It almost kind of looks brass color. And then I want to use these little red flowers that I got at the Valentine section at the Dollar Tree. I guess they're kind of roses. I used the little glitter. It was like a beaded heart on my tier tray that I use my baking tier tray. And so I had this left over. So I'm just going to remove the wrapper. It comes like with a little concrete base. And I'm going to leave that little stake on there because I thought we could replace that little heart with that great big pink glitter heart that you see there, the wall hanging. Now to fill the jar, I'm going to use some of the red sand from the Dollar Tree. It's going to definitely go well for Valentine's Day. And I'm just going to fill all the way around the little concrete block in there. That way you won't be able to see that inside. Of course, I had to make a little bit of a mess there. But that worked out perfectly. And you can't really even tell the dish was pink. It looks like super red now. Now, this is the wall hanging glitter heart. I thought this was all kinds of bling. I tried to remove the hanger carefully, but I guess it doesn't matter how careful you are. It kind of damages it. So I'm just going to kind of cut that part off and try to fix that area because I made it look kind of bad up there. So I'm definitely trying to repair my damage by hot gluing that little piece back on. You can still kind of see the foam though, so I'm going to use some of this pink glitter adhesive ribbon. It's almost exactly the same color, and I'm just going to make a little DIY patch. It might be better to leave the ribbon on there, try to make it into a bow or something. I don't know. And now it's ready, and I'm going to use that same little stake that's on there from before and carefully put that in my heart, trying not to go all the way through. And I thought it needed maybe just a little heart, so it's kind of out of focus there. I'm going to use the little pink heart gemstone, just one, just on that little gold front of the little jar. You'll be able to see that here in just a second. And then I think it's looking really cute. I thought I could add a little bit more fun, totally going for a fun, glam, whimsical. And so I thought I have some of the little light pink glitter stakes from the Dollar Tree as well. And I thought maybe I might be able to fit a few in there. It was a little tricky getting it around the concrete, but I'm just going to kind of lean one to the left and one to the right, pushing it down into that red sand that we put in there and trying to work it around the flowers that were on there. It was a little tricky, but we're going to get it to work. And those match to the large glitter heart really perfectly. I think it looks really cute. It's kind of hard to show you without dumping out all my sand, but this is how it turned out. Our little fun floral arrangement for Glam Valentine's Day. Super cute. Okay guys, it's our last DIY. I got one of these little long pink lip sign from the Valentine's Day section at the Dollar Tree, and I thought we could bling this out as well. I kind of wanted to go with like a EXO theme with this since it's got like a little lip cutout. I thought that'd be cute. So we're going to use this glitter ribbon again in this pink color, and we're going to try to spell out EXO. Now, the X is super easy. You can just cut out 2 pieces of ribbon and crisscross those, and you're going to have an X. I was a little bit more worried about the O because I didn't really have anything to use as like a stencil. I really wasn't wanting to get my Cricut out. And so I'm actually going to use this ribbon to make the O, and I'll show you how I do it. And I am just going to use a little bead of hot glue on this to make sure it sticks, because I had problems with that sticking on one of those Valentine's Day trees. Now for the O, I don't want it to look like super square-like, so I'm going to cut like a top and bottom, but a little shorter. And try to get, you know, about the same distance, tall, like for my XO, same height. And then I'm going to cut the sides shorter as well. And then I'm going to kind of make it like what? Like a hexagon shape? Maybe an octagon shape. Yeah, an octagon shape. To kind of make it look kind of like more fun shape for an O. Because it's going to kind of have the rounded edges, if you know what I mean. And then I'll just cut 4 pieces here and kind of go corner to corner with those to fill out my O, just cutting them down to size and gluing those on. And these may have stayed stuck without glue, but at this point I was paranoid and I want to bling this out, so I want it to stay put for sure. I don't want it falling off. So I finished off my O. I think it turned out pretty well. And it coordinates nicely with the X. Now I was trying to decide how I could bling out these even more. These signs are kind of plain and boring. The pink color is fine, but we were going for glam today, so I wanted to add as much glam as I could. So we're going to do like these little gemstones. And I want to cover the ribbon with those. So these are like the pink color. And these are the circle ones. And my plan was to cover the entire thing with these. But then I got to this point, and again, I'm going to be a little bit shy, but we're going to make it work because I have so much bling that we can just kind of make this 2 different colors. So I kind of started from the bottom when I realized I was kind of short. That way we can kind of fade it into a different color and then back into the pink. We're going to make it work. And I had some red ones that I thought were about the same size on the multicolored sheets. And we're just going to make it work and do several rows in the red. I was pondering, is this going to work? It actually did work, and I kind of like the fact that they were blinged out in different colors. It just makes it more colorful and fun for Valentine's Day. So I did 1 row at the top, 2 rows on the bottom, and then I'm just going to do 1 for the middle of my X. Now for the O, I want to bling it out too, but I kind of used all of my little round gemstones, and so I was trying to see what would work. I have like these pink like oval gemstones, and then I have like the little red heart gemstones still. So I thought maybe since we had to do the 2 colors before, we could kind of go with it. And I could do like 4 rows of red in the middle of this letter as well to kind of make it look intentional. So I glue 4 of those little red heart gemstones onto this, kind of in the middle of the letter, just like before. And then we'll do the rest of it in pink. And for pink, I have some more gemstones I got at the Crafter Square. They're not stickers either. They're like just little pink ovals. They're so pretty. They have so much great bling at the Dollar Tree. Obviously, you've seen so much of it that I've used today. And I did a really good job going through all of my bling that I bought. I thought I was going to have way too much. And I'm just going to glue the oval shape. I thought the oval shape would be great because this is like an oval shaped O. And fill out the top part, gluing each one of those down. And then I'm going to do the same thing here along the bottom. I was trying to figure out how much bling I could add to this without really taking away from the XO shape. I want that to be legible and to be able to read it. But I don't really like the thin Dollar Tree signs, so I thought I could kind of frame it out with some of these little pink bead stickers from the Dollar Tree, which are super sticky. I think these will stay stuck. And I am going to frame out the entire little pink house. I have some of these in red too, I think with like a heart cutout. And I was thinking about cutting the chimney off of them and kind of making them look like fence posts. I think that'd be really cute too. Because this is a really tall house. And I went around the chimney with the little pink beads. And I'm going to go down and frame it out completely with these. These are so easy to work with. I love DIYing with these little bead stickers. And then I thought, you know, there's a cutout of the lips. I probably should go around that as well and bling that out. It's definitely making it look more decorative. And then I thought I wanted to kind of decorate in the middle of the O. So I'm going to use one of the little red glitter foam stickers. Kind of center that in the middle. And then I thought it would be cute to kind of use some of those pink beads that we used on the border to kind of bling out the border of it as well. That way it doesn't look quite as flat. All the gemstones are kind of thick and the little foam stickers kind of flat. And we're just going to border that out just by going around all the edges with the little pink beads. And then finishing off with a little pink heart gemstone glued right to the middle. And I'm thinking that's probably an adequate amount of bling. But I thought maybe the little cutout there could use a little sparkle. So I thought I could use some of that hot pink glitter vinyl behind the little heart cutout just to make those little lips pop. So I'm just going to cut off a little spare piece of that. You could also use like glitter scrapbook paper, whatever you've got. And I'm going to glue that on the back. Just trying to keep it as smooth as possible. That vinyl does kind of like to wrinkle a little bit. So I'm going to smooth that out a little bit. And we have some bright pink lips. Now, I do want this to be a hanging sign like it was before. So it does have the little whole hangers on there. And I'm going to use the rest of that like light pink garland that we used to make a hanger before. I really like that. And I'm going to do the same thing with this one. Just cutting off the larger beads and feeding the smaller beads through the hole. They fit through there fine. And then attaching that to the back of the sign with hot glue. This isn't a very heavy sign, so I think it's going to hold up fine. I was a little worried with the beads kind of overlapping the beads, but they're kind of different colors, so I think it's going to be okay. And I'm going to do the same thing here on the other side. And we have a little blinged out XOXO sign with some sparkly lips. Super fun for Valentine's Day, especially for a glam look. I have a few more Valentine's Day DIYs coming up too. Maybe a little bit more traditional, less glam, but I wanted to be sure to include those in today's video as well. But this is how my little XO glitter sign turned out. Lots of bling and really fun for Valentine's Day. Okay, this is a Dollar Tree find. I got this great little love like arrow sign. And I thought we could DIY this a little bit to make it look a little bit more nautical or coastal. Getting the back off of these signs sometimes, depending on how they put them together, can be a challenge. But I was able to pop that off and pull out the paper. Now, I thought we could like DIY this a little bit to make it look a little bit more Valentine's Day. And the first thing that I tried to do was to remove the paint with some fingernail polish remover. And I have done this before, and I had no luck on that one whatsoever. So we're going to leave it the colors that it is. I was going to kind of change the colors up, but that's okay. And then I'm just going to use like a scrap piece of burlap to cover the back of that love sign, to kind of give it just a nautical feel. I love working with burlap. And I had a scrap piece that's just about the right size. And we're just going to hot glue that on. It's just kind of the background to it. So whenever you hot glue burlap, it's going to show through a little bit. But I think we're going to be able to make that work. And I thought that would look really cute for a background for that sign. So I'm just going to trim off the excess burlap after recovering it. You know, I love to take a Dollar Tree sign and pull off the back and cover it with something. And whenever I can use fabric, it's a win-win. And then we can reattach that to our love sign. And I'm just going to glue it back on because I kind of had to break it out. And we're going to leave the red frame. What I wanted to do was I wanted the love to be like in white because I was kind of doing some red and white Valentine's Day DIYs since I was not able to get the lettering off with a fingernail polish remover. I'm just going to use it as a template to use a white paint pen, and then I can just go in and make the letters any color that I want. So I chose white. And sometimes the paint doesn't come off of those glass projects. That's like the first time that I'd had that happen. Usually it comes right off, especially if you're working like with the metal pieces from the Dollar Tree. It's a great way to get a blank canvas. And I'm just going in with an extra coat to make sure it's nice and bright and solid. And I like the little arrows. I think they're super cute. I thought I would rough it up a little bit because it was just a little too perfect looking. So just using a sanding sponge and trying to distress it a little bit makes the edges look a little bit more worn, which makes it look a little bit more coastal to me. And this was just a quick, easy little Dollar Tree makeover. So we replaced the back with burlap and we changed the color of the lettering to make a cute little love sign. Hey guys, if you're enjoying today's video, be sure to hit that like button. It really helps. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel here at Crafty Beach. We're trying to get to 30,000 subscribers. Okay, this is the last Valentine's Day project we have today. And we're going to do a really fun, like Cupid vase full of arrows. And instead of using like dowels, I'm going to use some of these long... These are like the little hot dog skewers from the Dollar Tree. They always have these in the summer. And I'm going to cut like 3 down to size with just my miter scissors. And I'm going to have 3 dowels. You know, they actually have dowels kind of in this shape at the Dollar Tree now. So you could just buy them like this from the Crafter Square. To give them a little bit more character, I'm going to stain them all with some antique wax by Waverly. Kind of going all over and then wiping off the excess with a paper towel. It's going to kind of give them the same finish that we gave on that sailboat earlier. And then I got these feathers at the Crafter Square, and there's lots of colors in there, but really all I want are the red ones. So I'm trying to pick out enough red ones to make some arrows. I'm going to simply hot glue the red feathers to the end of the arrows. And I decided I'm going to do like a vase full of arrows. And so you don't have to be able to see all of the arrows. I'm going to have like some with like the feather side up. Kind of trimming those feathers up a little bit. They're a little rough, but we're going to make them work. And then I'll have the other like arrow be like upside down. And so I'll do the heart for the tip. And just to kind of make that look a little bit more finished, I'm just going to use some twine and some hot glue to kind of glue those down, finish that off a little bit where the feather meets the arrow. Now this is going to be like the point of it. And so I'm going to use 2 of those little wood hearts and sandwich that together with hot glue over the dowel. And this arrow will be pointing the other direction. And I found this great vase at the Target Dollar Spot. The colors are perfect. White and red, and so I actually don't have to do anything to it. I'm going to cut a couple of these down so they're not all exactly the same height. And then I did want to decorate the vase a tiny bit, and so I'm going to use one of these little wood stickers from the Dollar Tree in the Cupid shape. I thought that was very fitting with the little Cupid's arrows. And just using a makeup sponge, we're going to paint that red, and I'm just going to attach that little wood sticker to the vase with some hot glue. And it just really took that little vase up a notch. You could always use a Dollar Tree vase and paint it in the same colors and get about the same effect as this one. I'm also going to use some twine and some hot glue to kind of add a little bit more texture and fun around the stem of the vase. Just wrapping that around a few times and then gluing it back down. just a very small customizations on this face, but it made it look super cute for Valentine's Day. And then we can put the arrows in here like this. And we have a little Cupid's vase full of arrows. And that is the last Valentine's Day DIY today. Be sure to stick around for the final reveal and you'll get to see all of these DIYs up close. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed today's video, be sure to comment your favorite DIY below and don't forget to hit that like button. Enjoy the final reveal.
Give me love, give me all your love, oh, 'cause I want you. No one else makes me feel this way, don't know what you do. Hold my hand, could you hold my hand, look me in the eyes. You and me, yeah, that's all I need, and I'll be alright. I'll be right here. I swear that I'll stay here with you. Hold me closer. I wanna stay here with you. All that we have is each other now. I promise I won't leave your side. Be who you are and you'll be enough. If you're giving me your love, giving me your love. All that we have is each other now. Promise you won't leave my side. I hope who I am is enough for you. If I'm giving you my love, giving you my love, love. Tell me what you wanna do. I'll do anything. As long as I can be here with you, everything's alright. I'll be right here. I swear that I'll stay here with you. Hold me closer. I wanna stay here with you. All that we have is each other now. I promise I won't leave your side. Be who you are and you'll be enough. If you're giving me your love, giving me your love. All that we have is each other now. I promise I won't leave your side. I hope who I am is enough for you. If I'm giving you my love, giving you my love, love, love. Give me love, give me all your love, give me all your love. Give me love, give me all your love, give me all your love. Give me love, give me all your love, give me all your love. Give me love, give me all your love, give me all your love. Give me love, give me all your love, oh, 'cause I want you. No one else makes me feel this way, don't know what you do. Hold my hand, could you hold my hand, look me in the eyes. You and me, yeah, that's all I need.
Thank you so much for watching. I'd also like to give a shout out and thank you to all of my Crafty Beach Bum members for supporting my channel here on YouTube. Thank you so much to Coastal Couple, Karen O'Haron, Pamela Bergeron, I Am Mojo Jojo, Melinda Elizabeth, Jamie Job, Susan Edmonds, Carrie R., Tracy Knight, Verna Noctegal, Nancy Wunner, Julie Miller, Tammy Coates, Janae Farrington, Pamelia Wren, Whitney Harrison, Maria Grace, Donna Schreiner, Tina Kane, Heather Hart, and Sandy C. I appreciate each and every one of you. If you would like to become a Crafty Beach Bum member, you can get early ad-free access to my videos, and it's a quick, easy way for you to support me here on YouTube. All you have to do is hit the join button underneath this video. It's $4.99 a month. You can cancel anytime, and I would appreciate it. If you're looking for more Crafty Beach DIYs, YouTube thinks that you might enjoy this video right here. Happy crafting and happy Valentine's Day.